My kids were killed by a drunk driver 5 years ago, and I had a lot of guilt because I felt I was raising them by myself, and I felt like, they were bickering, and I sent them with their godparents. If I had just dealt with it and not sent them away, they loved me unconditionally, and I never had that with anybody. And it kind of made me feel like I didn't care anymore. I started using drugs real bad. I just basically was just like, not really caring if I lived or died.
Kim's life unraveled. She began using drugs and lost her home.
I was so preoccupied with everything else. In a way, it did affect me like that because I had lost track of reality altogether. I had to go into treatment because I couldn't go on like that, and I was using drugs to numb my feelings.
In recovery, Kim still experienced problems with attention and memory.
I would not be there when the outreach workers for PEP were there. So it would be another week and then another week. All that time would go by before I would actually be able to talk to somebody.
If a person has problems with their memory, they're not always aware of the time of day that it is, which can affect their ability to get into housing, even shelters.
Fortunately for Kim, she found a partner in recovery.
I was homeless for 5 years. During my homelessness, I was using drugs also to help pass the day and pass the time and forget about some of the problems I was having. I went into a treatment center, and Kim and I met there.
Kim and Eric received housing and services through an assertive community treatment team from People Encouraging People.
We help them with whatever problems they have, wherever they are. We assist them with case management, as well as counseling, therapy, substance abuse help, training, education.
They come to our house, which is a huge plus, because if we had to go, we probably wouldn't really remember the appointment days and the times.
Well, I have to write everything like that down on a calendar, and sometimes I have to write it on more than one.
Is the calendar working out for you?
It's coming along, but it's coming along slow.
Kim and Eric were married. In attendance were family and friends and members of their care team.
I could never want anyone else. We've been through so much, and we're here today, and we've accomplished everything that we said we would. And I want to be with you and nobody else, because you are my one true love.
For the most part, we kind of bring out the, things in each other that, we're lacking.
Like many married couples, Kim and Eric support each other.
Do you need to get another refill for these? Or you already got it?
They sent it the other day.
You just didn't get
it's time to shave and get in the shower, clean up my room. Just all the basic stuff you would tell a teenager or something.
Kim and Eric continue to work with their care team.
I understand that you were having some difficulties with budgeting, spending, buying groceries and buying affordable groceries and making sure that you have monies for other necessities.
We go to the grocery store and we try to get everything we can plus some, and then we overspend.
Since we're talking about budgeting, and now you have a new cat in the home, how are you going to incorporate the costs for the cat into your budget?
We'll have to do something because she's going to absorb a lot of expense.
There's litter and, all the little things and that she may need.
You said that you had a list at one time, you was keeping a list on a regular basis, then all of a sudden you stopped.
That's when we ran into problems.
That's when you ran into problems. How do you think it would work if you go back to keeping the list every time you go to the market? We are listening. We try to help them understand that that is a goal and that goal is reachable.
I mean, we've been through a lot of things together. You know, he relapsed and we've been homeless together. We've been through a lot of things, and instead of deteriorating, it makes us stronger.
Kim and Eric, with support from PEP, are building a life together.